to the dream team you either have or you will have. Instead of 15 people, your dream team is going to have 4 to 7 people that are going to have decades of experience. You've already got, a dream team and a half. And I guarantee that as much as you think this through, the kids and myself will come up with questions or points that you didn't think of. And that's what the dream team's for. Okay, you will address those things and you will add it to your end presentation. When it's time to present the deal, whether you're going to go forward with it, you're going to shit can it. If you're going to go forward with it, but when it changes, you're going to put it on this tablet, whatever it's called, and somebody is going to make the presentation, the highlights. We've decided this for these bullet point reasons. Again, you'll open it up to myself and the purported dream team of other 11 people. They will say, well, did you think of this? Did you think of that? What about this? Okay, some of those what ifs, okay, does this make sense to have an inversion in Ireland? Okay, notwithstanding Google's just got whacked by the European Union for supposedly 20 or 30 billion more in taxes they didn't pay. Does this make sense vis-a-vis the overall general market? Okay, I explained to you what I believe is happening to, for example, property market in London, and it's being driven by oil money in Saudi Arabia, oil money from Russia that have propped up the property market. We have, property developers. I mean, is that going to affect whatever investment it is? I've talked to you about, or I will talk to you about, how if Trump gets in, half the people, not half, a good portion of people think we're going to have a depression for 10, 20 years. Okay? The other half, I'm part of this group, think we're going to have a bull market for 5 or 10 years. Okay? Either way, how does this affect this investment or any of the investments that you're going to look at? How does it affect it? How does it affect, for example, Putin has told his people, get ready for war. He just announced 24 hours ago, get ready for war. Now that's a pretty bold thing to say, get ready for war. And because the United States has said that they're going to react to the hacking in kind, they're going to hack the Kremlin, they're going to do some shit to the Kremlin. Now first of all, why in the fuck would they tell them that? I have no idea. The stupidity, the naivete of the Obama administration, in my opinion. Anyway, okay, how does this affect your deal? Not just this deal, any deal. Okay, now, I can argue a case to scare everybody enough that nobody will make an investment for the next 35 years. That's not the point. But the point is to understand why and what the ramifications are. And that's what your dream team's for. Your dream team should have gone through some cycles, like I have. Maybe not as many cycles as I have, but some cycles. And whilst you kids haven't been through those cycles, they're in a diverse enough group to spread the knowledge and give you additional knowledge. And then we'll open it up to questions, just 15 minutes of questions quickly. Then when you come back, and if you'll finish this today, when you make the final presentation, like between 5 and 6, it will be a combination of all the information that you've gathered. The reason why we're having you go through a lot of different cases that have nothing to do with microbrewing, for example, is that you use the same analytical steps, whether it's what he's doing, what you're doing, what you will do someday, and what you're doing now. The system is the same. There's maybe 85 or 90% of the system that you look at these deals is the same, no matter what the industry is. 10 or 15% is different. 10 or 15% is different. And those differences, and that's why you have industry experts on your board, because they've seen the brewery industry in the good times and the bad times. I told the story, I was privileged to be on a board that had two ex-chairmen of Guinness. We're having a board meeting in Dublin, and I think they're both gone now. But one of the younger of the ex-chairmen said, well, we were acquiring pubs. Okay, I can't believe it. I mean, where's the beer? We had coffee and cookies and shit. Where's the ale? We didn't have any. And he said, well, it's hard to believe, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, that you've got two ex-chairmen of Guinness here. You got no Guinness. And then one of the kids said, well, we tried. They said they wouldn't deliver a keg. Well, they both jumped to their cell phones and they called up. And 45 minutes later, we had 3 kegs of Guinness there in the meeting room that we were there, and plus cognac and a bunch of other bullshit. That in the afternoon we didn't get that much accomplished actually, but because we were drinking Guinness. But the industry experts in your industry will have been through the cycles, and that's the most important. Just like I don't know, but I know more about the cycles of the energy business than probably anything else. The second thing I know more about than most is the net. Not because I'm like EJ that's behind the camera. The stuff he's doing, because our internet went down a few days ago here, and but for a guy my age, 71, I don't think there's 5 guys 71 years old that know more about the net than I do, and it's because Sally and I have been on the net since the late 90s. Doing deals for banks and ourselves. So I've learned by osmosis and by the fucking mistakes I've made. And one of the groups is looking at a porn deal online. And I say sarcastically, they'll probably have to take a shower before they come here, because they said, well, we need to look at the sites. That means they have to look at the porn. They need to look at the sites. I said, I just left. That's when we left, and we went to the next meeting. But but apparently, porn isn't what it used to be online. That's they'll explain it to you. So that's what the industry experts are for. The accounting guy and the legal guy that's on your board are there to give you the trends, like is inversion being headquartered in Dublin make sense anymore, vis-a-vis what happened with the EU saying that Google may own $20 billion in taxes. Is that all going to change? Okay. Is it all going to change if Trump gets in? Is it all going to change if Hillary gets in? It's just information that you put in your data bank, not necessarily to change your investment idea or decision, but you should have as much information available to you as possible so you make a sophisticated and intelligent decision on whatever you're going to do. Okay, for this particular deal, is cash flow going to cover debt service? If it isn't, is it got a 10 or 20% spread that you would use bridge financing or managed bridge financing? And if not, if private equity is needed, how much private equity, etc. So you'll look at that, and when you make your final presentation, and the same person doesn't have to make all the presentations. You can spread it around. It's up to you.